Welcome everyone to our daily Forex market analysis call, and this is in preparation for trading on August 16, 2017. Just a quick disclaimer before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. And if you have questions about your individual investment needs, I recommend you talk to your investment advisor. All right, so let's start off by taking a look at our calendar here. The big news today was that we got positive data out of the US, and because it was positive data, it had positive impact on the US dollar. So US dollar has gone up as a result of that. Another big thing was what we had talked about yesterday about the CPI inflation numbers. As we can see, we had talked about how if the inflation number is lower than expected, pound will likely drop, and that's exactly what happened. Inflation numbers came in negative, lower than what the expectations were. As a result, pound dropped. Oh, sorry. It sounds like you guys could not hear me. Okay, let me say that again. So basically what I was saying was average earnings index will be important. Average earnings index will be important. All the central banks pay attention to that number. So the big thing with with the British pound going forward will be, for the large part, it will be Brexit situation. So they're starting to talk again about the trade relations and things like that. So as more of that comes into forefront, we're likely to see an impact on a British pound as a result of that. So going forward, or as of right now, I am dovish or bearish on British pound. However, we can't sell it where it is, so we have to look for pullback opportunities before we can sell. But I think British pound is likely to see a negative impact, especially as we go into the fall here. So just keep that in mind. And then we also have FOMC meeting minutes. That's big tomorrow. A lot of times the market will tend to go sideways, even in the New York session as we get closer into FOMC. So that's something to pay attention to. The big thing here that the market will be watching for will be the signs as to what the Fed is thinking in terms of interest rate hikes. So we are supposed to have an interest rate hike, or the market is expecting an interest rate hike in September. However, as the data comes out negative, chances are that will not happen if the data continues to come out negative. So that's why we saw a positive reaction to positive data today, because more positive data that comes out, higher the probability that there will be an interest rate hike. So market will be expecting an interest rate hike if the data continues to come out positive. But they also want to see what Fed is thinking in the meeting minutes, whether they are still talking about staying on the path of interest rate hikes, or are they talking about basically waiting and seeing how the data comes out and then making that decision. That's the type of commentary that market will be looking for in these meeting minutes. There's no press conference, so this is not a major meeting, but nonetheless, it will be important. And then we have both New Zealand has PPI and then employment numbers for Australia. Both of these will be important as well. The biggest event however, will be FOMC. So let's move on to the charts here. We'll start off with Euro USD. So Euro USD, we have had a bearish close for the day. As a result of that, we are bearish on this. But just like we have been talking about this level for some time now, 1.1720 level, if we do need to see the price break below this level for us to be really bearish on this, because as long as this level over here holds, it still has more positivity to it. So we need to see a break of this level, and then once the price pushes up into this level and holds below, that will be the time to sell this. So overall, the bias is bearish. However, we have to be cautious with this level of 1.1720. And if we take a look at our 4-hour chart, as we can see, price came down all the way into this pin here, this previous pin that price had tested the other day, and now we are back into this, and price pushed off of that level. So we have to make sure that the price breaks below and holds below this 1720 level, because it hasn't been able to do that. So I'll be watching this type of a price behavior and see if price can do that, because then our target is 1.1620. So there's 100 pips of move that we may be able to get out of that. Of course, it is FOMC day tomorrow. So FOMC is not an event to be taken lightly, because it can create whipsaws in the market. So it's best to be out of trades at that point. Pound dollar, very, very bearish close for the day. So this one was a nice descending triangle over here. As we can see, we talked about this price trending lower yesterday, so it has broken down now. So now we need to see a push up and then another drop. The target here will be this level right here, so 128.20 level. So bottom of this pin, which is also resistance from here, turning support, and we're looking for price to come into this level. So 128.20 will be the target to the downside for the move tomorrow. The pullback level, it would be nice if it can come into this 129.30 level. It may not go that far. So if it doesn't go that far, what is the next best level for a pullback? Where we are currently, that is a good level, but I would like to see a little bit of a deeper pullback, so at least there's room for price to move. So maybe 129.20 would be another pullback level, so we'll keep that. Let me just change it to white here. So that would be a good pullback level. This over here would be a good pullback level, 129.58 or 50-ish level. So these two levels, we will keep that. Keep those in mind. If we go take a look at 1-hour chart here, pivot point is at 28.95, so about 129.00. So those are some of the key levels to watch out for, but I am interested in selling the British pound. However, I would like to see a pullback first. And let's put our target right about there, 128.20 level. That will be the target to the downside. Aussie dollar here, very nice bearish. See how it went up and pushed, back tested this level and then dropped. So this is a kind of move I would like to see on the British pound. So this one here is bearish. The pullback level here could be the bottom of this candle right over here, which is 78.40-ish level. So bias here is to the downside. The target here would be 77.80 level, which is not that far. So that's why it'd be nice if we could get some pullback in this one. So 78.70 is one level that we can watch for pullback. 78.56 will be another level to watch for pullback. So here, if the wage index is not growing, is not improving, then we're likely to see Aussie dollar drop. So that's something to watch out for. So I'm going to keep this level here. Let's just change it to white so that we know that's our pullback level. And then for a deeper pullback, that level or even right into this 7,900 would be a good level to watch as well. So those are the two levels that I'm going to keep on there. So this is the first level, 78.50. We are heading towards that level. So this is where we took the trade yesterday, below the pivot point, and it has since dropped, so we're looking for price to come back there. It is pushing into the pivot point right now, but there is news coming out, so I'm going to wait to see how the news comes out before we do anything about it. But overall, the bias is bearish. First target 77.80, and then second target will be 77.50-ish level. New Zealand dollar here, bearish, very bearish close. So here we had a bearish pin bar, and now we have had a nice bearish close. Price broke through this level that we had discussed. The target, the next level we are going to watch for will be 7,200. So even this one, it would be good to get a pullback all the way into this 7260 level, and then potentially a drop into 7200. So this will be the target to the downside. The bias is definitely bearish, and beyond that we are looking at 7170 level, these pins right here. Again, FOMC can change all the bias, the entire bias for the US crosses, so do keep that in mind. But overall right now we are bearish on New Zealand, and we have New Zealand news coming up tomorrow as well that will have an impact. So this is the type of move I am looking for. So we have support here, support here. I'm looking for that support to turn into resistance. So bias is to the downside. Dollar CAD here. Dollar CAD has finally broken above that level it has been struggling with. So this is where we are. This looks bullish right now. And our next target here is 128.30 level. Right about here, see how it's doing this back test into this level. It could pull back deeper right into 127.20. And in this case, we're looking for price to pull back and then go up higher. So 128.30 will be the target to the upside. Overall, this looks bullish, but it could pull back into this 127.20 level right here, or a shallower pullback will be right about here. So this is 127, 20-ish level, bottom of this here. So those are the two pullback levels. Overall, we are bullish into 128.30. Okay, let's take a look at, excuse me, Swiss crosses here. Here we have Euro Swiss. We saw the price come down, and this looks bearish at the moment. So we're looking for price to move back lower. Right now, in terms of the pullback, this level here looks good. 1.1440 level, this one here, or even slightly higher into these candles. So 1.1450-ish level. So we're looking for price to push up, give us that pullback, and then drop here. So that will be the type of move I would look for. So daily bias to the downside, target will be into the bottom of this candle right here. So 1.1360 level will be the target to the downside. Euro, let's do pound Swiss next. Pound Swiss looks quite bearish, and the target here would be the bottom of this candle here, 124.35. In this case, in terms of our pullback level, that looks like 125.70 level, looks like a nice pullback level. So if the price goes up into this level and then holds below this level, we're looking for price to come down lower, 124.35 as the target. Dollar Swiss franc here, this looks like a rejection, and price is likely to come down because this shows rejection. So we have a big pin on top, even though it's green. It does look like it may move down lower, but this one will have a big impact from FOMC. So keep that in mind. The target here would be into this one here, 0.9680 level. Right into here. It could go and test the pin up top again. So this level seems to be holding. The 97.70 level seems to be holding, and we are likely to come down lower in this one as well. Pound yen, we have a big rejection here, looking for price to come back down again, potentially to test the bottom. 141.23 will be the target. In terms of the pullback level, we may see price go into this one here. This is 142.75 level. So we may see price go test this level, then drop from here, target 141.20-ish level. Pound yen, sorry, euro yen pound yen showed rejection because pound is weaker. Euro yen, though, that looks bullish, sorry. So this looks bullish. We are still in this range, though, that the price has traded for some time. Now it looks like it wants to move up higher. Euro has been stronger than British pound. So right now, this one looks bullish. The candle close is bullish here. So in that case, we're expecting it's right into the middle of the range. So that means we're looking for price to go into the top of the range. 130.80 will be the target. And then if the price rejects this level, then we are looking for price to drop from there. So we may see price go all the way to the top and then reject back unless it breaks out. So that will be the bias here, bullish. Okay, dollar yen. Dollar yen is very bullish. US dollar has been strong. So we had come into this strong support level, and since then we have pushed up higher. The target here is 111.10. Going back to euro yen here. Euro yen, in terms of the stop, you could hide the stop behind this daily candle, but that may be a big stop. That's 80 pip stop. We could even, let me see, maybe hide it behind 129.54 on the other side of it. That could be an idea. But do keep in mind this level here. If the price gets stuck here, that could be a problem. So 130.20, keep that in mind. But look, I am looking for price to kind of move up higher. The candle looks quite bullish on the daily. So the first target will be 130.20, and then the second target will be 130.80. Okay, dollar yen looks quite bullish. 111 is 100 is the target here. We'll have to see a break above this level for price to, once the price breaks above and holds above this level, then we're looking for price to move up higher. But this level could be an important resistance level right here. See how price had reacted and dropped from there. So that could happen again. But overall, this is very bullish. So looking for price to move up higher. So 11100 will be the first target. Second target is 111.67 level. Euro pound, this is quite bullish. Looks like price is breaking out to the upside. Excuse me. So here we are, we're going right into the high here. And if the price breaks above this level and holds above this level on the other side here, if the price goes and does one of these, we are likely to see that type of behavior. It is pushing into the high. It's holding the high. If you take a look right here, it's holding above this previous level. So the chances are this wants to go higher. So the bias here certainly is to the upside. So bullish on that. Euro Aussie, So Euro Aussie is kind of going sideways here. Hasn't really moved much for the last 2, 3, 4 days here, which means it could be running into resistance. Overall, the candle close is very neutral at this point. It could come lower, it could go up. Probably not the best setup. CAD yen here, just like all the yen crosses or some of the yen crosses, this is moving higher. This is a very bullish close for the day. And the target to the upside, we're looking for, we could see price go up higher into 8,700, which is not that far, and higher still into 8,740 level, or right about there. So that's 87.3540 level. So about that. So that will be target. That will be the target for CAD yen. Looks bullish at the moment. All right, so that's all I have. Any questions? Okay, if not, so we'll call it a wrap. I will see you tomorrow.